Welcome to Trick and Mickey. This episode is about FEMA and the New World Order. FEMA stands for Federal Emergency Management Agency. What is the purpose of FEMA? Is it to help the American people during times of emergency, such as flood, hurricanes, tornadoes, other natural disasters? Or does it have some type of ulterior interest? Is it part of the New World Order? Why are there 800 concentration camp or relocation camps, as the federal government wants to inform us? What is their purpose? Why is it that the American people cannot go into these camps to see for themselves? For example, our country is already divided into 10 major zones that FEMA has complete authority over it. What are they hiding? Why can't we in a democratic society see for ourselves what they're doing? FEMA Executive Orders number 11004 allows the Housing and Finance Authority to relocate communities and build new housing and public funds, designated areas to be abandoned, and establish new locations for population. Executive Order number 10990 allows the government to take over all modes of transportation and control highways and seaports. Executive Order number 10995 allows the government to seize and control communication media. Executive Order number 10997 allows the government to take over everything else. Here we have Executive Order number 13603. All forms of energy, all forms of civil transport, all usable water from all sources, all commodities and products that are capable being instead run by the government. What are all of these executive orders meant for? Well, they're meant for a totalitarian police state. We are being told by all of these legislation that are passed by the Congress or by executive fiat from the President of the United States that they want absolute power. They don't believe in democracy. They don't believe in the rule of law. The Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the Declaration of Independence is nothing but a facade, a false front intended to own and regulate us. Originally, the Constitution was created to control the federal government. But how can the federal government be controlled when they are out of control? Since the end of World War II, their power has increased to the point where it's unrecognizable today. The mark of the beast, the implanting of microchip, is on its way. There are executive orders mandating the Food and Drug Administration to implant those microchip into our drugs. And those people who are dependent on food stamp will have to get microchip. Microchip will be implanted in the forehead or the right hand, as prophesied in Revelation in the Christian Bible. This is coming. It's already here. There are executive orders that will implement this. The FEMA camp is designed to control the population, to control what can be done in terms of mobility, in terms of freedom or lack thereof. This is the future of the United States. There will be no more United States of America. You will be rounded up. You will be taken to these facilities. If you are seen out and about, you can be immediately arrested. You resist, you will be executed, because there will be martial law. The rule of law no longer applies when the government is in total control. This will occur after all seizures of armed weapons of all kind. The Second Amendment must be destroyed in order for the government to have total power. The National Defense Authority Act authorizes the government of the United States to militarily imprison American citizens who disagree with them on matters of policy. Well, so much for freedom of speech. Also, we have been seen and we have photographed many of these armored vehicles being put in all states and cities to give the power to the police. Against whom? Against American citizens. We also have drone sites all over the United States. At least, to our knowledge, 63 have been counted. This is to be used against American civilians who are deliberately standing up to the government of the United States and protesting freedom of assembly. The soldiers are not there to protect the American people. They are to protect, because they're puppet of the corporate and state interests. They are there to maintain the police state. The Gestapo originally was a group who answered to the SS and were in charge of controlling the populace and crushing political opposition through fear and violence. That was in 1941, as you can see in the picture. Now here we have our police force in Los Angeles in 2011. You should be worried. We are now seeing more and more police officers decked out in military gear, protected to all extent, and patrolling our streets. This is not to increase public safety. This is trial for them to demonstrate to everybody that they're here, they're not going away, they're going to implement FEMA executive order. The whole purpose is total civilian population control. Once they start rounding up people, and there is an amount of people that have been rounded up, such as homeless people, people who are apparently mentally disabled, supposedly. These are the people who are being rounded up first. Other people who have no political defense, minorities, also illegal aliens, they're being put in these FEMA camps. It's all preparation. Once you're there, the whole purpose is population control. Population control means people are going to go into certain categories. Those that are not able to work will be eliminated. Our children will be taken away from us because they're the future. They have to be raised by the state. The whole purpose is control. Control of people is power. How do you control people? Through food regulation, through control of all natural resources. This is what FEMA has to do. FEMA already has the executive order. FEMA is following the dictates of the United Nations and the New World Order. Everything is right in plain sight. They're constantly using fear to intimidate us. False flag attacks. Give up your rights and kiss yourself goodbye. Cower in fear. Cry like a baby. Be afraid of everyone. Fear is strength. This is how the world order, the elite govern us. They rule us because they consider us our peasant. They consider us worthy of extermination. Are you ready for forced vaccination, RFID chips, and FEMA camps? As the picture shows, if you want to trade, if you want to eat, you will get this chip. Once you get it, you're lost. You're lost spiritually because you chose from your own free will this method. This is no way to save yourself. You need to fight back. You need to tell our elected official, you're not going to put up with this. We were told that we were fighting terrorists. The real terrorist was me, and the real terrorism is this occupation. Yes, right now, we're slowly being occupied. Already movements have been made all over the country. Everything is in situation. Now it's your turn. They will show you their true face sooner or later. You need to start preparing. Put in your household food supply to help you survive. Buy guns. Buy ammunition. Get ready to defend yourself and your family. Step 1, they're probably going to use a false flag. They're going to bring Ebola into our country. The step 2, the virus is going to spread. The government decides to quarantine the general population in their homes for safety. Cities go under martial law. People are forced out of their homes and into FEMA camp for extermination purposes. They already have bought many machines, guillotines, that are in FEMA. Certain photographs and videos have been taken and put on the internet and YouTube to demonstrate what is going on. FEMA has denied all of this. FEMA says these camps are only for relocation in times of national emergency. Well, guess who determines national emergency? The President of the United States. But what is national emergency? Well, anything he feels like declaring it. Also, he ordered 1 billion of these coffins ready for mass extermination of innocent men, women, and children. They can house a fully grown 6-foot man, as you can see in the diagram. Our founding fathers gave us our Constitution, Bill of Rights, and Declaration of Independence. Freedom is something that you have to work hard and defend by voting, by participating in community projects, by being community leaders. Give me liberty or give me death. The New World Order wants to give us death. In order for us to preserve our liberty, we need to fight back. We need to be aware. We need to spread the word that the New World Order will not stop at anything to establish mass global population extermination. They will implement the final order, the entire extermination of the human race. We cannot allow this to happen. Thank you. This is Tricky Mickey. Please subscribe, share, and like. Take care of yourself. Until next time. Bye.